is, guys? It's your boy BlastphamousHD. As you've probably already read the title, yes, I'm a professional poker player. Only career path, other than arguably probably YouTube now, but that was literally my only career path I've ever had. Now, when I say career path, I mean like legitimate career. You know, I've had a shit ton of jobs. I've worked like so many different awful, backbreaking, whack-ass jobs before I started playing poker. But to me, none of those were ever categorized as a career path. That's why I say poker was the only career path I ever had. Now, you guys are probably wondering, well, BHD, this is kind of a big deal. Why haven't you ever told us this before? Well, when I first started making videos on YouTube and I was doing my story times, I was still playing poker professionally. And I had a lot of people on my Twitter. What I used to do when I would go out and play poker at night is I would jump on Twitter and do AMAs, ask me anythings. And people would be like, hey, what are you doing right now? And I'm like, oh, I'm at work. And they're like, oh, you're at work? What do you do? And I'm like, oh, I'm a professional poker player. I play poker for a living. And I started getting all of these nasty messages from people like, oh man, hey, tell us about the time you lost all your money playing poker. You fucking loser. I didn't feel like dealing with it because poker is the type of thing where it's a stressful job, right? You're gonna win money and you're gonna win far more money than you lose, but it still takes a toll on you, and it's a mental type of job with the stress that already came along with the job. And, you know, people telling me, oh my God, you're a fucking loser. You're an addicted gambler or some dumb shit. They would hit me up on Twitter. I just stopped telling people. I never told anybody, because anybody out there who does anything unorthodox for a job, which poker is, it's a very unorthodox job, you're gonna get haters and naysayers, and people are gonna try to shit on you because it makes no sense to them that you could do this and they can't do this, or they don't think they can do this. They can, but they don't think they can. They're not willing to put in none of the hard work. So how dare you reap the benefits of something if they aren't reaping those same benefits, right? So, and also there seems to be this stipulation amongst us comedians, which is basically, that's what I am, is I'm an online comedian. That's basically what I do. I play games and I laugh, I make jokes, is that, you know, if I'm laughing and joking, I can't be a smart person. Like, yeah, I'm a silly motherfucker. Like, some of the dumb shit and some of the stupid shit I say to my friends and to you guys on YouTube, and when I'm kicking with people I know, it doesn't make any fucking sense. Like, there's no way a smart person could say any of that stuff. So I can't even blame people for thinking I'm a complete moron, or that I'm lying, or that I'm trying to, like, floss on people or some shit, or full of shit, for telling people that I'm a professional poker player. So with that being said, I just went on and stopped telling people. Now, the only reason why I'm telling you guys that I used to play poker for a living is because it goes hand in hand with my 100k special BHD crazy freaking story time that you guys have been trying to get out of me for the past year and some change. Now, my mom actually just found out like a year ago that I was playing poker professionally, because one thing anyone who does something where you earn a good amount of money will tell you is the last thing you want to do is tell your lazy family members that you're making a good amount of money, because they're gonna want it, is basically what it is, and they're gonna lose all respect for your money. I remember back in the day, I was like watching all of these professional poker players on TV, and it was just so fascinating to me that these guys were making all of this freaking money. Now, don't get it twisted, I was not a baller, I was not rich. I still lived in my crappy roach-infested $600 a month apartment. I was making a good amount more than regular people around me were making, but in no way, shape, or form was I rich, was I a baller. I couldn't afford brand new cars and all of this other bullshit. But one thing that I could afford was to not have to go to a regular job, and I was able to do whatever I wanted during the day, which was just invaluable to me. I loved that shit so freaking much. Now, when I first heard about poker, I was dating this girl. And of course, me and the girl didn't work out or whatever. I told the girl that I wanted to play poker. She probably thought I was crazy as fuck, because I only mentioned it after we were sitting at home one night and we were watching the World Series of Poker, and I just found it so freaking fascinating So after me and that girl broke up, I had to live back at my mom's house for like a year or so, and I had just completely forgotten about poker. Until one day, I had heard about this site called PokerStars. And, you know, I had a good job at the time. You know, I was making okay money at a job. Maybe like freaking what, $800 every 2 weeks or some whack ass shit like that. But I had enough money to pay my bills, pay my rent, and I still had money left over. So I went and I put $100 on PokerStars, right? I'm playing, and I remember I got in this hand, and I had something. I would like for it to believe it was like aces or some shit like that. And I ended up getting it all in 4 ways for like a $600, $700 pot, right? And I won the whole freaking pot. I was so freaking happy. The girl I was dating at the time, she was living with me. I get up and I run and I tell her, baby, I just made $700 in like 6 minutes. Oh my God, I'm so good. To me, I swear to God, I was a professional poker player. You couldn't tell me anything different. I was like, oh my God, yeah. So then I go back, and in the span of maybe 3 minutes, I lost it all. In a hand that it was grossly apparent that I should not have been in. I just lost it all. With poker, if you're gonna play, man, it is super easy come and extremely easy go. You know, so it is not no get rich quick scheme. If you don't know what you're doing, you will. It's not that you might, it is you will lose all of your money. Even if you go on some lucky streak and make like $3,000 or some shit, if you made that money not knowing what you're doing, you will lose all that money if you continue to play, and then some, because you're gonna chase that win. So then I took like $200 into I think it was the Tropicana Casino, and I go to the poker table, man, and I was playing for maybe like 45 minutes. And I remember the hand. I got ace-7. And, you know, I raised, and this guy called me, and I'm just raising every street and shoved all on the river, and he had like some bullshit, like a pair of 10s, and I had lost because I didn't hit anything. I just lost all my money, like the $200 I came in with. So after that, I was just done playing poker. I was just like, man, screw poker, I'm done, I'm not playing anymore. So fast forward like 2 years later, you know, I had lost my apartment, I had lost my job, I had lost everything, but it wasn't that big of a deal to me because at this time in my life, I was literally basically just a man whore. I would just like, you know, find pretty women. I would just live with them and have them pay for my shit. Like, that's all I did. I started dating this girl named Pam, and it was just business as usual. You know, this girl I was dating, she's really pretty, she had a nice job, she had her own apartment. All that we did at her house was just crack jokes, have sex, and she would just make me food. And that's all we would do. We would just joke so freaking much, man. And then when we weren't joking, we were having sex. It was just, and we would go out dancing. It was a lot of freaking fun, right? But needless to say, this girl really liked me, right? So she's just pressuring me to move in. And at the time, I was staying at my brother's apartment all the way over on the north side of Las Vegas, and you know, I was not in any freaking rush. Well, after like 8 months of her pressuring me to change my mail over, come on, like, you already here every day, all day, you might as well just freaking move in, right? So I finally freaking moved in, and this chick will go to work, and I didn't have any money. I had no job, I had literally nothing. Of course, out of nowhere, I end up starting to watch poker on television. And I had just became so fascinated with the game, like I couldn't explain how much I just wanted to play freaking poker. And I thought it would just be the coolest thing in the world if I, Maurice Barnett, could say I was a professional freaking poker player. How cool would that freaking be? Like, there's a lot of people who go for it and will never ever gain that title. They think they have because they've won a couple times, but what these people don't understand is 95% of poker players that say they're professional poker players are losing players. A professional poker player is someone who's good enough that can go and make money over the long run. Who gives a fuck about a couple weeks? I'm talking about you're ending the year up 30 grand. Like, that's what I'm talking about. You know, like, if you're consistently winning. Now, you will lose. You will lose your money. You will lose. But you lose so little versus the amount that you win, and you're coming out in the positive nearly every freaking time. You're gonna lose 1 time out of 3, and you're gonna win 2 times out of the 3. The 2 times you win is gonna be like what, $1,000 total. The 1 time you lose is gonna be like what, 120 or 200. That's how all of these people are able to build their bankrolls and make all of this money. I was living with this girl. She worked at Bellagio as a GRA, which I used to do. And I would just be at home all day and I would have nothing to do. I'd just be at home ass naked waiting for this chick to come home. So what I started doing was, since I love playing poker so much, PokerStars has this thing as to where you can play for free, right? And then if you go online, which it used to be that way before Black Friday happened, you could find just numerous guides on how to play poker. These sites would teach you correctly how to play poker because they knew 95% of the people who are going to play, not only are they not really going to soak in knowledge, but they're also going to play really badly and they're going to give up all of their money. Not only are they going to make a deposit and lose all their money, but they're going to keep on freaking shoving their money at these damn poker sites. Like I said, needless to say, I had no money. I'm online and I'm just learning from all these sites because I'm super fascinated. I'm running through books. I'm just Googling everything. I'm learning about bankroll management, about position, about everything. I mean, I'm on YouTube, freaking learning tutorials. I just soaked up as much knowledge as I could because I had no money. Now, I was so freaking enthusiastic on playing. I went to this site called bankrollmob.com, which I'm pretty sure they don't do this anymore because of Black Friday. But what they would do was they would give you $50 if you agreed to give them your rake back. Rake back is something as where you get a rake every time you play, and with that rake you can get a lot of you can get a good amount of your money back through like prizes and, you know, cash buy-ins for tournaments. You know, so me, I signed up for this with a free $50, figuring I would never fucking get the free $50. I mean, who gives out free $50? And it's an injury. If I did get it, you know, I mean, I wouldn't be able to do shit with $50, right? So for the next 6 months, I'm just reading and soaking in all of this freaking poker knowledge, and I'm playing for free during the day. I had won like maybe $6 like 3 times in a free FPP tournament on PokerStars, and then I would win the $6. I would play like super low stakes, and I would lose it all playing cash games, right? So then after the 6 months was up, I checked my full tilt poker account, and there's $50 fucking in there. 50 free fucking bucks. Now, of course, I couldn't cash out, but what I could do was play poker. I'm like, yes, I can play cash now. I was super excited. So what I did was I had learned so much poker knowledge from all my time spent studying, since I didn't have any money and I didn't have a job. And the girl I was living with, Pam, she didn't give a fuck that I didn't have a job. You know, as long as I was having sex with her and cracking jokes and showing her a good time when she would get home from her long days at work, she didn't give a fuck what I did. So after that 6 months, one thing that I had learned from all the studying that I had did was how important bankroll management was. If you blew your bankroll, you would have no more money to play poker with. So I took that $50 and I started playing quarter tournaments. Right? Once I started winning consistently at the quarter tournaments, then I started playing 50-cent tournaments, and I started winning consistently at those, and then I built my bankroll up to like $150, so I started playing dollar tournaments. Then I started winning super consistently at those, and then I started entering this this tournament called the Daily Dollar on Full Tilt. In these tournaments, these were 10 to 15,000 player tournaments, right? It's not in your mind to beat 10 to 15,000 freaking players. But if you did win, first place was $1,600 and your buy-in was only $1. So I don't even need to tell you the math of how advantageous it would be to freaking get first or second place on this freaking tournament. After like 15 tournaments, and I had only won maybe like $40 total out of those first 15 tournaments. After 12 hours in a single tournament, I ended up getting second place for a cool $1,000. I was ecstatic. I was so fucking happy that the first thing I did was completely break bankroll management rules and go to fucking GameStop and buy like $500 worth of gaming equipment. Just not a good idea, right? So then I pulled 90% of my money off of Full Tilt, and I pocketed a lot of it because I was broke as fuck. and I put like $100 on PokerStars. And then I started grinding my money up real slowly on there. So I got my money around like maybe 250 bucks, and I learned about these things called one-table tournaments, right? In one-table tournaments, you were only against 8 other people, and top 3 places paid. They would only run for like half an hour or an hour, so instead of spending 12, 15, 20 hours in a single freaking tournament and, you know, hopefully maybe beating out this big-ass field of people and getting to the final table, these things were usually over within like 30 minutes to an hour. Add insult to injury, after doing a lot of research on the internet about one-table tournaments, I found out that there was a very, very learnable strategy on how to beat these fucking things. Whereas you can have all the strategy in the fucking world and you still might not cash in a really, really big fucking tournament because of all the variance, right? I started with the 25 cents, and when I consistently won there, I moved up to the 50 cents, and then when I consistently won there, I moved up to the dollars, and then the $3, and then the $5. I had capped out at the $5 at the time until through some crazy online interaction, I run into this guy called Zach Corporate. Now I run into this guy, and I'm kicking it with him. I'm laughing, joking with him online, man. We're having a great time. Come to find out, this motherfucker is the #1 ranked in the world single table sit and go player on PokerStars. I'm watching this fucking guy. He's 24 tabling $50 9-man sit and goes. And this guy his brain's like a fucking computer. It's just and I'm just watching this shit from inside the PokerStars lobby. You can spectate the other people's games, and I'm just like, what the fuck? And then I go and I check like 40 other tables, and he's like waiting to get in those too. So technically this guy's not only playing 24 tables right now, he's in like 20 other fucking tables waiting to get on those games too. So with that being said, there's something in poker called multi-tabling. Multi-tabling is how you basically raise your ROI, which is your return on investment. You make more money hourly if you can multi-table. At the time, I was multi-tabling maybe 12 tables at the time, right? I could multi-table 12 tables extremely comfortably, because another thing with only learning 9-mans is the strategy is so narrow. There's such a clear-cut strategy to 9-mans. If you know 9-man table in and out, when you're faced with a decision, it just comes to you just super freaking fast. So needless to say, multi-tabling was just easy as fuck. The only thing that kind of sucked about it was if you tilted bad enough, you would usually tilt off just all of your fucking money. Needless to say, me and this guy, we became good friends. We had all the same shit in common. Anime, liking girls, and, you know, living in fucking Vegas. So I started kicking it with this guy, and the first time we went to the movies, man, we went and kicked. He had a great time. I'm a comedian. You know, he's more of a shy type of guy, so, you know, he's liking the fact that I'm just sharing stories and you know, meeting people, and I can bring him girls and all this other stuff that, you know, I'm good at. So, needless to say, man, we become good friends. He starts sponsoring me. He sends me like $1,000 to start playing for him on PokerStars, right? And he teaches me basically not really a cheat code, but something so crazily profitable at 9-man sit and goes that it's basically fucking cheating. It's not cheating. There's no cheating in it whatsoever, but it works so well and so often that it can be considered a fucking cheat code. So he teaches me this shit. It's called, if you look online, Thrash370, Zach Corper, How to Play Poker. I think it's called pocket5s.com is where he was an instructor. He was a paid poker instructor at. You go there, and he literally charges a shit ton of money, and he will teach you this shit. But it works so fucking well. Using ICM implications, both offensively and defensively, on the bubble. Right? I'm not gonna go into explaining it because, you know, it's a lot of fucking shit. But it was so effective that if I go into four-handed on a 9-man table and I have the big stack, I'm literally winning the tournament 70 to 85% of the time, which is ungodly numbers in poker. As a little bit of proof, I guess, you know, because anyone could say this fuck shit, right? Up on the screen right now, these are my PokerStars and my Full Tilt stats. Right, now the problem is with this shit is, this is Sharkstone. Unfortunately, you don't get the full stats unless you pay for the fucking service. And I'm cheap as fuck, I'm not gonna pay for service. So all they show you is the shit off the top, the skim bullshit. So it's not gonna show you all the profit I made, which is not a lot of fucking money, but I made way more than fucking, 12 G's between the two sites. So right here, it shows you my sample size, which is on Full Tilt, I believe, like 1,300, close to 1,400 games, right? So over 1,400 games, I made a little bit over 6 G's, right? And on PokerStars, over the course of around 3,000 games, I made a little bit over 6 G's, apparently, right? I can tell you right now, that's bullshit. I mean, I have over 3,000 games on that site. That's the site where I was crushing. And if you look, you'll see that on PokerStars, my average stake was $20 because, like I said, I was playing the $20 9-man sit and goes. If you look on Full Tilt, you'll see it says my average stake was like $3.59 or some shit. Because when I was on there, I was only on there to play like the daily dollar and some other low bullshit. Because when I started really getting good at the game, I went over to PokerStars. If you look at my graph, and it'll show you I have no steep declines. All of it is on the rise, straight up. Well, it was like straight and forward and up, but you know what the fuck I mean. Fast forward to 2011, right? I was just murdering fucking online poker, dude. I was killing it. At this point, I'm 24 tabling, and I'm doing continuous sessions. That's 24 tables, and if I lose or win any table, I just bring up another table and 24 tables again. I would do this for maybe around 3 to 4 hours a day, just continuous. It was just so fucking fun. And I can't wait until they legalize poker again, and I'm gonna start fucking playing again. And make sure to let me know down in the comment sections if there's something you guys want me to teach you. Like, I can teach you guys how to play poker well enough to play for a living. I can teach you how to multi-table. I can teach you so much fucking shit when it comes to poker. I mean, I was so in love with that goddamn game, man. I know so much shit. Fast forward to 2011, I am #1 in the entire fucking world in the $20 9-man sit and go single tournament. I'm #1 in the fucking world in the $20 division. Of course, the homie Zach Corper, this motherfucker was still #1 in the world for the 50s and the $100 9-man sit and goes. I didn't have the bankroll to play those goddamn things. This man was bringing down over a G a day. I would go to his house and watch this man make fucking $3,000 in like 6 fucking hours. I'm like, you bastard. I was making nowhere near that much. This man would put in like 10-hour sessions of continuous multi-tabling. I wasn't willing to do that shit. So what ended up fucking happening was, lo and behold, in 2011, Black fucking Friday hit. They freeze all of our goddamn poker accounts, and they fucking they kill the shit out of everything. The only people who are able to play are the people who are out of the fucking country. And because the people who are out of the country are still playing, and I couldn't play anymore, I lost my fucking title, dude. I lost the fucking title, man. I didn't get shit. I literally didn't get the plaque. I got fucking nothing. I was going for Supernova that year as well. Anyone who knows about PokerStars knows about, what that shit is. You get like, I think 100 grand or some crazy fucking amount of money like that for hitting Supernova. And I was on pace. I was on fucking pace. I was playing 100 to 150 single table tournaments a day, and I was on pace. I was fucking on my way, man. Online poker just fucking died. It just crashed. Done. Game over. Except for the people who are out of country. The homie Zach Corper, he moved out of country to Costa Rica to so that he could continue playing poker for a living. And me, I had no plans. I'm not gonna get up and just leave everything I know in Vegas. So, I had to stop freaking playing. My entire bankroll was literally on PokerStars. Every fucking thing, man. So for like 3 or 4 fucking weeks, dude, I wasn't really super depressed and distraught, but I might have forgotten that I was. I could have been, but I didn't know what the fuck to do. Luckily enough for me, I live in Vegas. So with me, I'm like, okay, well, there's poker out here. but I don't play live. I didn't know how to play live. I'd never really gone to a live casino because I could just play the shit buck ass naked at the crib. I'll be fucking playing tournaments and watching fucking anime at the same time, baby. Like, it's just beautiful. So I started hitting the books again, and just mentally ate up every bit of content I could find on how to play live cash games. Because there are no single table sit-and-goes that are running out here. And the reason why we would make money online is because we can multi-table. You can't multi-table out here. You play one fucking table. Like, you can't, like, I wasn't willing to do it live. After like 2 months of studying, the homie's at corporate, man, he sent me like 5 G's, dude. Like, I love this dude. He's my best fucking friend. So I could go and start playing live. And I go out and I hit the live tables, and you know, shit was a little bit rough for maybe like a couple weeks, but after that, you know, I started like making more money at the live tables than I was at online poker, like a lot more, right? So it got to the point where my daily routine consisted of waking up at like 1 o'clock in the afternoon, playing video games, eating pizza, and fucking watching anime. We would just go out and just do dumb shit, man. Fucking go skating, go to parks, just have just a blast, right? I would only go play poker like 3 days a week, right? I would go and I would play, but when I would go and play, I would make more in those 3 days than most people would make in 2 weeks worth of freaking work. Let's fast forward to 2013. And you know, early in the year, in like January 2013, I found YouTube, right? And I was still playing poker for a living, but I really didn't like playing nowhere near as much as I had liked to play when I was able to play online. It had literally just become a job. I didn't love playing anymore. I didn't have any aspirations of being the next Daniel Negreanu like I did before. I was literally just playing to pay my bills. So it would get to the point where, you know, I would go and play for like a week and a half and make a good amount of money, and then I wouldn't play for like a month and a half, which is just really, really, really stupid. Never do that. If you're playing poker, please don't do that. If you're a wing player, please do not do that shit, because it was just dumb. Because any poker player knows that even though you're going to win most of the time, you will hit downswings. But with the way I play very tight aggressive. I never bet unless I have it, which is what was making me so much money, because since I'm black, I'm loud, I'm comical, you know, I have like a chain and a watch and shit, and I'm a comedian. People thought I was just a dumb black fucktard. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing is what they thought. So I would go out and I would just bet real heavy when I had it, and people would think I was bluffing, and they'd call me down. Like, people would call me down for like fucking 400, 500 fucking bucks. They'd be like, oh, and their excuse, I swear to God, fucking 8 times out of 10, I swear to God, they will always say the same shit. Oh man, bro, I thought you had ace king. I swear to God, the poker player will tell you. They always say that shit. Now, like I was saying, any poker player will tell you you're gonna hit downswings. Downswings is with no matter how good you get your money in, you lose. You catch a bad beat on the turn or either the river. You get all your money in on the flop, and you have a set against his pair of aces or some shit, river ace. I basically like lost like 80% of the money that I had at the time on that downswing. It is a darker side of poker, you know what I mean? Like, people always try to bullshit themselves when they tell you they play for a living. They're usually lying and they're losing players, but they just only count their winnings, you know? But I'll tell you, man, you know, you will lose. You will lose. The thing with me is, the way I play poker, I very, very rarely lost. And I very, very rarely hit a downswing. But when I did hit a downswing, it was that much more fucking depressing for me, because I was so used to winning all the goddamn time. So the last time I hit a downswing, dude, I just like lost like fucking 80% of my fucking money, dude. And I was just like, dude, I'm done. I'm just so fucking done. I was already like 8 months into making YouTube videos, and I was just like, YouTube is what I want to do. I want to make fucking YouTube videos. I'm just so fucking done with this shit. I'm just fucking done, dude. I'm fucking done. I don't want to play poker anymore, man. I just don't want to do it. It's stressful. It's not fun anymore. You know, I literally hate. I'm only playing because, you know, it's a check. You know, same reason why you go to job. It's a check. You hate your job. And I hated playing poker. So, you know, I stopped, and I haven't played since, dude. And I've never been broker. I've never been broker now that I finally stopped fucking playing poker, dude. Like, I never did not have money when I used to fucking play poker. But now that I don't, I'm poor as fuck. Like, you don't even realize the poorness. But things are going well on YouTube, man. You know, well enough as to where there's a good chance that I can do it for a living now. But, you know, let me know in the comment section down below. If you guys want, I will make a poker channel. And I'll like play online poker for you guys, and I'll use the screen capturing software to show me like multi-tabling and all this other shit, so you guys can, you know, I can teach anyone as long as they're willing to learn how to play for a fucking living. But the problem is, it is not a get-rich-quick scheme. If you fuck with poker without putting in the right amount of studying and the right amount of fucking practice before you decide to put your cold hard cash on the table, it will take everything you fucking own and then poop on you. I'm telling you, I swear to God, I've seen it happen with so many different fucking people, man. Like, poker is a filthy bitch if you do not take it seriously. You gotta treat it like a job, like a career, like every other fucking entrepreneurial venture. You know, you have to put in hard work, time, and studying, or poker will potentially ruin your life if you just fuck with it. Like, you gotta go balls to the wall, like ham with the shit. You really gotta fucking study this shit, like harder than you study for any test or classes. Because if you don't, if you decide to just bullshit, put your money on the table, you know, like, hey, yeah, I'm about to win all this money, blah, blah, blah. It'll eat you alive. Add insult to injury, not only that, but now you've got an addiction. You know, you may lose like $1,000, and in your mind, like, oh man, but I won $5,000 this one time. I just lost $10,000. Well, all I gotta do is just keep playing. This is a downswing, but it's not. You fucking suck. But you don't know it because you won 5 G's that one time. So what you do is, you decide to go to the fucking bank, you take out these loans, you do all this extracurricular shit, and then you go and give that money to poker, and now you're down 20 G's, but you think you're still in the downswing. You just gotta ride it out. So you go and get more money. Like, I know people who've done this shit. I know people who've ruined their fucking lives. So please, please don't think that this is just some get-rich-quick scheme or some bullshit. You have to put in the time, you gotta put in the effort, you have to fucking learn, and you have to practice. Practice, 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 motherfucking practice. That's the beauty of playing online poker, because I got 90% of my playing experience playing fucking 25-cent dollar tournaments. All of this fucking experience just made me a killer when I went to the tables and started playing live, because I had all of this hand experience, you know what I mean? Like, all of this huge sample size of experience and situations I had already been in, because I'm playing like fucking, you know, like 150 games a day. All of that experience just ended up making me just a super good fucking player. But yeah, man, you know, please, 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 because I know there's a lot of kids out there watching this. Please, 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 do not play poker if you're not gonna treat it like a fucking career. I'm talking studying, I'm talking fucking reading books, buying books. I got a whole drawer full of fucking poker books. An entire drawer. You know what I mean? Like, I'll show that shit on camera. Actually, I will show that shit on camera. This is my whole entire fucking drawer. Every single book in here is a poker book. I've read every single fucking one more than 2 to 3 times. And with that being said, if you guys really want to know, you know, I like let you guys know what books are really, really, really good and what books are just bullshit. You know what I mean? But like I said, if you don't treat it like a career, do not play, because you will ruin your fucking life. I know people who've done it. But with that being said, as far as me and poker, dude, like, you know, poker has enriched my life in so many fucking ways, man. Like, it put me in front of so many people I never would have normally gotten to meet. It's given me so much more money than I ever would have fucking made at a regular job. Yeah, I mean, honestly, like, I don't even know if I really would have started going ham in on YouTube like I have if I'd have never fucking lost, like, nearly all of my bankroll at poker. Because me going on that vicious downswing and losing all that freaking money is what made me like, you know what, fuck this. I want to do YouTube. fuck poker. And I haven't played poker in like 6 months. I have not played. You know what I mean? So, with this being said, of course I have a lot more poker stories. A lot of fucking crazy poker stories. And I'll tell them to you guys. You know, I'm pretty sure you guys want to know. But, leave down in the comment section and tell me if you guys want me to start a poker channel. I have like poker vlogs. I'll vlog while I'm at the poker tables. There'll be poker vlogs on there showing me going to the tables and meeting people and playing at the tables and all this other shit. And there'll also be you know, instructional tutorials on how to play this and bankroll management and what's, you know, using ICM implications offensively and defensively on a button in a tournament, all that shit, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, there'll also be videos of me multi-tabling and actually playing online poker and shit. But with that being said, let me know if that's something you guys want to see. And as always, he's your boy BlastphamousHD. I am out of this mug. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I'm actually sick. I've been coughing this whole fucking commentary. See you guys later. 90% of her dude friends, 90% of your dude friends, mostly every other dude that you come in contact with is trying to fuck. And I already know that that's what this dude's goal was. The thing that he is doing right now is grossly inappropriate, and not only that, it's extremely disrespectful to both me and my girlfriend. Now, if my girlfriend wasn't there, it wouldn't have really been as